Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Coco McMillan Show. You may have seen her in Morocco, New York City, Los Angeles, California, Detroit, Philadelphia, Chicago, Las Vegas, Nevada. One of the background singers for Mickey Howard and the late, great Gerald Levert. Ladies and gentlemen, your host, the beautiful, the wonderful, the spectacular, Miss Coco McMillan.
Mr. President. Mr. President.
Good evening, and welcome to the Coco McMillan Show, where we make it happen. I'm so excited to be with you today, where we bring some amazing flavor to the virtual talk show circuit. We feature our national and our local musicians and recording artists. This platform is designed for you guys, okay? It's designed for you to help promote your business, other artists, social media, social network organizations, physical and mental health awareness. This show allows you the opportunity to come on the show and discuss your career goals, your product, your challenges, your new opportunities, as well as awareness. So we have set this platform just for you. If you want to be a part of the Coco McMillan Show, please contact me at Coco McMillan Music at gmail.com. Again, that's Coco McMillan Music at gmail.com. We want to hear from you. So you can come on the show and talk to our audience, our viewers, and let them know what you're doing, what's going on with you. We want you to bring your experience, your knowledge to the show because you know what? We believe in sharing your journey. We believe in sharing your testimony and promoting your journey because millions of souls, I say this every week, millions of souls can be blessed just by your testimony. And we want to do it right here on the Coco McMillan Show. We are streaming live on the IBM network. So if you go to www.podtv.tv, you can watch it there. We're streaming on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, all that good stuff. If you're sitting home there in your home, please go to Roku, download Pod TV Live. It is free, okay? Download Pod TV Live and you can watch it right there. Just click on the live shows and you can watch it in the presence there in your home. So we're doing it here on the Coco McMillan Show. We're grateful and thankful for all that God is doing for the show, for what he's doing for you. I'm excited what God has planned for you out there, okay? Because he's working in your favor. Even when it doesn't feel like it, you don't know he's working. Trust me, he's working. So I just want to say good evening to everyone out there. If you're watching, go ahead and put in the chat where you're watching from, what you're doing, all that good stuff. You know why? Because we got a great show lined up for you tonight. We've been talking about part 2 with my girls, Tanisha and Yolanda, and they are back. They're back. This is the Women in Construction. They're back, and I'm so excited what they're going to bring to the table tonight because, you know, they was on the show a couple of weeks ago. We got to run out of time, so I wanted to make sure I bring them back so they can finish, you know, giving you their testimonies, their journey, what they're doing. They are doing some amazing, amazing things in the community, so we want you to know about it, and we want you to support them. Is that all right? Yeah, so good evening, everyone. Good evening. Listen, let me tell you about this weekend. Well, really not the weekend, the last couple days. As you know, we had Terrell Harris on the show. We had her on the show because she was going to the Apollo. Well, she performed there last night. I just want to send a shout out to Team Terrell. Team Terrell, they were so amazing. We had like 40, 50 people that went up from North Carolina representing. Let me tell you something. North Carolina represented last night in New York City. They represented. We was in there deep, okay? So shout out to Team Terrell for supporting. Also her mom, Roslyn, she did an amazing job. Tanza, all you guys that was on the team that made this thing happen. We just want to say thank you, and you worked hard, and all the people that supported Terrell. Some of my family in New York, Gene Johnson, Uncle John, Kashana, Kalima, Deborah, Harvey, all you guys, thank you. Thank you so much for coming out last night to the Apollo, supporting Terrell. Christine Caldwell. I'm just, Cass, you was online. You my girl. Thank you so much, Cass, for supporting James Skinner. All you guys that had to play the role and play the part in supporting Sherilyn last night. She was absolutely amazing. I mean, there was competition there. And as I said, North Carolina really represented, not only in the teens, but also in the adult. We had people there from Greensboro. The young lady that won for the adults, she's from Greensboro. So we have people from Solid City, Elizabeth City. So North Carolina was in the house, whether they know it or not. But I just want to say a shout out to Terrell. Terrell did it. Terrell won, guys. So can I get a hand clap on that? Amen. She won the teams final specialist thing that they had there at amateur night, Carolyn was the winner. And so I am so happy, so excited. And I just want to say congratulations to you, Carolyn. You've done a wonderful job. Like I said before, the competition, it was on. And so I just thank God for his favor on her life. But check this out. Since we were there, I want to play you, if you didn't get a chance to watch it on my live page, I want to play just a little clip of Carolyn singing last night, I Love the Lord by Whitney Houston, and she won the competition. Check this out. I think Mark is in the back there getting the video together. There we go. So I want to make sure we can hear the sound there, Mark. They can hear it. This looks like the sound is not coming in. I love God. You heard my cry. Yes, that was Miss Terrell. So shout out to Terrell. Congratulations, Terrell. You were amazing, amazing. So make sure you send some love to Miss Terrell. Can y'all do that for me? Send some love to Terrell, okay? So listen, we want to go ahead and get started with our show tonight. We got some good guests on tonight. As I said earlier, my girls Yolanda and Tanisha. They was on the show before. And and just to give you just a little information about them, Tanisha is an interior designer, construction project manager, business owner for over 20 years with experience in managing and designing products throughout the U.S. She is a native of Broadview, Illinois. She holds a BA degree in interior design from Chicago Harrington College of Design. She also serves as head of RBG Group Design and Build, a company that's dedicated to serving all of your renovations, interior design, and home stages needed. She's and Katie's cleaning crew, named after her late grandmother and dedicated to the ones in commercial and residential cleaning needs. She is a busy wife, a mother of four, and she's doing a lot in this community. Okay, Miss Yolanda, same thing. Social entrepreneur and motivational speaker for over 15 years. Combined experience of the fields of construction, trucking, healthcare, real estate investments. She launched her construction business, RHD Property Incorporated, from her kitchen table. And now RHD Property is getting ready to celebrate 9 years in business. She recently launched her trucking company, RHD Logistics, a nonprofit building dreams with faith and grace foundation, which is named after her daughters, London and Jordan. And as I said, these ladies are going to come on today. We're going to pick up where we left off. I mean, we had an amazing show when they was on a couple of weeks ago. And without further ado, I want to go ahead and bring the ladies on. Can you please help me celebrate and welcome Yolanda and Tanisha? There they are. Hey, look, they have to say hi. Just say, hey, ladies, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I am great. Thank you so much. Thank you again for coming on the show. I know you guys was on here a couple of weeks ago, and we kind of just ran over the time and all that good stuff. But I'm so excited what you ladies are doing. And I know you heard me earlier talking about Carolyn. It's so amazing what the ladies are doing, this season. And North Carolina is really representing. So I want you to come on today. And so for some of the people that didn't get a chance to hear, your testimony and your story, your journey on the last show, let's just recap of last show. And then you tell me what you guys have been doing lately, because I know you've been doing a lot, especially with Mr. Wayne Booker. From photos to you, I think you have a meeting later on with your team in India. So why don't you just start and just kind of introduce yourself again and tell us a little bit about each one of you.
Okay. Yeah, I'm Yolanda Robinson, owner of RHD Property. Been in business for be 9 years this year with RHD Properties, a renovation construction company. We do a lot of renovation work. We're working in the RDU area, Triad area, the Charlotte area, Georgia, South Carolina.
Yeah.
I love doing it. I swear I love it. It's everything about it. And I came from a nursing background and just changed the whole field and came into this and then started doing trucking. Been doing trucking for a year now, a little over a year. Love that too. It's a lot of challenges with it, but I love it. And then, like you said, I have a nonprofit that is called Building Dreams with Faith and Grace. And with that, we're working on a programming now. So hopefully by the end of the year, we'll have everything set up so that everybody can, apply. And we're going to be giving away houses, but after they go through certain programs and criteria, we make it clear. I don't want nobody to think you're just going to come in and get no free house.
Right. That's what they're thinking, right?
Right. You got to go through a whole program. And I own a couple of rental properties as well. And linked up with Tanisha, and we have just been on go since then.
And what about you, Tanisha? Before you say this, Tanisha, every time I think about your name and think about you, I think of the word. Just say no. Just say no. And you don't have to explain to them why you're saying
one sentence. No, it's one sentence.
But tell us a little bit about you, Tanisha.
So I'm Tanisha Rollins. I am owner of RBG Group. We're design and build. We basically do everything from start to finish, from drawing out, designing your home to the very finishes with where you want things to go, how you want things to look, your colors, your furniture, and things like that. Um, I also have a cleaning company. It's Katie's Cleaning Crew, from my basically named after my grandmother. She was that grandmother that would go in and wipe her finger across something. So that slogan is "We'll leave it like your grandma cleaned it."
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically, those are the things I have going on. I do have in the works a not-for-profit as well. We're going to team up with Yolanda, and that's going to be given those who have had challenges with the judicial system and basically need second chances, getting them the right resources so they can actually get jobs, get job placements, more so in the construction industry and the real estate industry. With the real estate, there are so many things out there when you take the class and get into real estate where they tell you that they give you a chance if you have had a felony and things like that. But after doing a lot of research, it is very little chances that they let people in, even though that's supposed to be one of the rules. So I am trying to partner with some people and go in and actually really kick some doors down and make them stick to what they said that they were going to do. Because when they get past that board, the board can tell you yes or no. But when you look at the numbers on how many yeses they give, it's barely any, especially to minorities. So we want to be able to provide housing for them and provide jobs for them. You know, Yolanda and I have been talking about just showing them how to do their credit, showing them how to save money. So we want to bring other people, you know, partners in so we can actually rebuild the minority community. And from that point, have them not only rebuild themselves, but build these homes and, you know, feel like once they, you know, are part of giving these homes away, then just giving them some, you know, some realizing that they are worthy and have some self-worth and doing something meaningful. So that's the goal with the non-for-profit. It's really about changing the community. We always say, even amongst each other, like all the sleepless nights we have, it's not about the money. Like, and you know, everybody want to get paid. Yes, we make sure we get paid, but it's really about, you know, we're really big on our spiritual life. We're really big on praying, like, and so it's really about what legacy are we leaving and what are we doing for our community. So that's a lot of things that we have, you know, that I have going on with that. And other than that, I'm momming, and we're trying to get our kids into real estate. And
we're ready to put them through some wholesaling classes this summer.
Are you really?
Yes.
So we started to talk about that with them, and we have a big job coming up for a very important client. I think we spoke a little bit about it on the video, the last show. So we did land that job.
Yes.
You did? Oh, good.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
we did. We landed that job. So the boys and her girls, I have a little girl too, but my boys are the ones that actually are old enough. But my boys and her girls are going to be going on the job sites with us with that job and just learning.
How old are the kids? How old are the kids?
Mine that's going to be going is 10, 13, and 16.
Okay.
And I have the two, I have a total of 5, but the 2 that are going will be 14 and 12.
And see, I love that. So can you talk about, you know, because most people would think, okay, you know, are they too young to be, you know, going on the site or experience this? But tell them how important it is to start the kids at an early age about learning about, you know, real estate and really about the business. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Definitely it's very important to go in and teach them now. My daughters, they're like, Mom, I want to go work at McDonald's. And I'm like, it's nothing wrong with it. I'm gonna let them go so they can try it out. But I told them, I said, when you take this wholesaling class and you get your first $5,000 check and you see how much time it take you to get that versus working at McDonald's, you're not gonna want to work at McDonald's anymore.
That's right.
So I keep telling them it's gonna be a game changer for them. Like, we'll be riding now. And my 10-year-old, she'll see a yard that got grass real high. And she's like, Mom, look at that. We need to get that address. So I'm already teaching her now, like the signs of what to look for to see if the house is abandoned. I'm like, get that address, and we're gonna look it up, and we're gonna find out who owns it. We're gonna send them a letter and see if we can purchase that house, and then we're gonna flip this piece of paper, which is just flipping a contract, and show you how to make, $5,000-$10,000 or more. Some people make 100,000. My first one that I did was 8,000, and it was in 2 weeks. So there's a lady out, a Black female out there. She is killing it right now. Sis Shanika, she has a wholesaling class for kids. Yeah. So I said, I'm putting all of my kids in this. This is what y'all doing this summer. I'm gonna go ahead and teach y'all how to get into real estate now. Because I'm like, if you're not teaching them, a lot of times they're just sitting back on YouTube, doing stuff. So it's best to show them now. There's a lot of kids that are entrepreneurs right now that are millionaires that are their age. Right. So I'm like, it's good to go ahead and show them now, what it is to be an entrepreneur. They see us doing it. Yeah. They see, okay, hey, my mommies are working hard. So let me show you how to do this too. So I think it's very important to pull them in and let them be a part of what you're doing. Because we was even saying we're going to get them to start doing some recordings for us. Look, we're going to have a whole media team with these children.
One of my children and one of hers want to do cooking and things like that. So I'm gonna just have them start recording. Everyone say that we need to record our lives anyway, and it should be a show. But I think it's I have an older son that's 21, and just like most children that age, think they know everything and they know what to do in a route. And I had set up a route that would be very easy for him, and he didn't want to take that route. But now it's starting to see like there's a wake up call. Like, dang, I should have just went through the door she told me. So now he's going back. But I think it is important. Like, they want to go to McDonald's first, go ahead, because if they never see a little struggle, and I know with him it was him growing up with me, and so I didn't allow him to see the struggle and to see what I was actually going through. So with the children that we have now, I need them to see why I'm so tired. I need them to see what we're really doing. So you won't ask me, hey, can we go to the pool after I didn't think all day? Like, we have a time schedule for that. But we do want to stress to everyone too that when we take them to the job sites, everybody just don't take your kids to the job sites. We make sure that they go on certain days, certain times when it is safe as well, because we do abide by OSHA and everything else. So.
Right.
And most of the time it's preliminary, or when, just when before work is done and they need to see.
Just so they can kind of see what's going on and get a feel.
Exactly. And it's teaching, and that's generational wealth right there.
Yeah, exactly. Let me tell you, last weekend, before I went out of town, we had to move one of our trucks, one of the 18-wheelers. So one of the ladies that I just hired on, she has 23 years experience. So when she got in that truck, my daughters was like, Mommy, she's scared to drive that big truck. I said, she sure is, honey. I said, look at her getting up. See that black girl magic? She is getting up in that truck. And they was watching her the whole way driving. I said, you can do anything. I don't care what field it is. You can do it.
Yeah, that's right. Oh my God, I love this. I love this. And you were talking about earlier about a lot of the things that you want to do as far as teaching, people how to get their credit right, and how to apply for the jobs. Now, is this going to be like a class that you're going to put together for those, or you're going to open up a school, or do you have an idea of how you're going to do that?
Speak it, Coco. Speak that school.
So I used to do credit. I still know how to do it. I just don't do it anymore. But I can tell people what to do. But what we're looking for is partners that have their own, credit counseling agencies, and we want to just bring them on and kind of take them through, different courses.
Yeah, it's kind of like an e-class for what we are doing now, for what they're doing, and just to make it like a whole process on, like I always say, building yourself. We're building buildings, we're building ourselves. It's just building dreams, all of that.
So we are looking for people to partner with credit counseling, financial counseling, all that, because we want it to be, like I said, a whole course that they have to go through, and then of course they're gonna have to get their credit scores and everything up to a certain limit, and then we'll show them how to keep it up, as well as how to maintain their finances. Because the last thing we want to do is hand you over the keys to a house, and then you don't know how to manage your money, or you don't know how to keep your credit right, and then all of a sudden you lose the house that you just got.
Right. It's that part. You give them the tool,
Right.
and they just they mess it up from that point. So it's
So
good to understand what to do after you
Right.
get to that step.
Right. And we want them to have some skin in the game too. That's very important.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's also important that, if there's are some people out there too that I am a life coach, but I'm not like a licensed therapist. So if there are people that could help us out with therapy, with domestic violence, because
Yes.
as we all know, walking into things with especially minorities and people that have struggled with things,
Yes.
it's a reason why we've struggled, right? So there's always some type of past that probably has hindered us or set us back. So I just want to make sure that we are not just getting you a home and building that, but make sure we're working on your mental, because that's part of keeping your home and everything too.
Yes.
Yeah, mental state.
Because I look, sometimes when that mortgage bill come in now, I'm mentally be messed up now. I'm like, wait a minute, did I just pay y'all last month? What y'all do with the money y'all had last month?
I know it's key, and that's where I think that's where the challenges come in for a lot, especially in our community. That we have something and something comes up where it stresses us, or the mental health capacity, and not knowing how to deal with it. Because I always believe that it's better to get to the root of it,
right?
And then you can you can move forward. But if you just kind of putting a band-aid over it,
most of us
always
do.
coming off.
Yep. That's absolutely right.
Yeah.
You gotta deal with the issue at hand.
Yeah. So we want to make sure that okay, we get you a job, we get you a home, you got your credit, but what's all of that if you're not happy mentally? Because that's what's going to make you happy, And if you haven't dealt with those childhood issues or traumas when you were younger, it's no sense for me to help someone that had problems with the judicial system get a job if I didn't help with the process they went through, even being in jail and everything else. Like me giving you housing is not really helping the entire situation. What happened in the beginning? Why did we do that? How do we not do that anymore?
Right. And when we talk about that, ladies, as I had mentioned earlier, we talked about just, and it all goes with the mental capacity as well, too, because building a person up when we talked about last time, walking into a room, being confident in yourself and, owning the room and knowing how to say no, being around certain people and not having certain people in your business part that that you shouldn't. Could you give some people out there today just a little nuggets of how to maintain and how to deal with it mentally as far as starting the business and not letting so many distractions, people distracting them and always saying yes to things that you don't want to say yes to, you can't, so you stressed out and they're good. So can you just kind of talk about how you ladies, because you deal with so much, like how do you balance that? Can you just kind of help us on that? And Tanisha, I already know what you're going to say.
I need to say
nothing. I would say it's hard and it's challenging, especially if you hire family and friends. That's a major challenge.
Major.
And one thing, and I had this conversation with Tanisha, you can't share your vision with everybody, because everybody is not
say it again.
You cannot share your vision with everyone. So what I'm learning is only share the vision with people that are visionaries. So like me and her, we click. We know what we're going after. So we can sit down and we can talk. And I'm not worried about her trying to destroy nothing, that I have got going on. There's no malice in either one of our hearts. We genuinely want to help, the other person get to where we're trying to be. And then we
always say is we.
Right.
We can be like, and we got it. And it's like, it's, it's just to see that other person succeed.
Right. Yeah. Right. So doing that, like I would definitely tell people, you have to stay focused. You got to understand what your purpose is.
Yeah.
And you have to make sure you surround yourself around people that are positive and that are going somewhere. I tell people all the time, if you hang around a lot of people where they're not doing nothing, where's your motivation coming from?
Right.
Because if you're the only person, right, exactly, that's what's gonna happen. So when before, I started getting a lot of business, I hung around, I tapped into other people that were millionaires. So even when I'm sitting at the table with them, I'm not thinking to myself, okay, I don't want, how did I get here? I'm not thinking, okay, I'm at the wrong table. I'm not thinking that. I'm like, okay, God, you put me here for a reason. You're trying to show me what you're getting ready to give to me and the people that you're going to bring into my life.
Yes.
So we're sitting around them and doing it's a good drive for me. So it makes me go 10 times harder.
Yes.
So when Tanisha's sending me messages and stuff, every day.
She could say, I'm trying to build this spaceship. I'm like, I'm gonna go get some metal.
Yeah, right.
Like it's just.
And that's the type of people you really have to have in your corner, because you already deal with a lot running a business anyway. So having people that's gonna encourage you, people that's gonna, even when you do feel down, because we have those moments. Have that person that can call and say, girl, no, I'll give you that pick me up that you need.
Right. So
definitely, doing that. Just having a good team of people and just believing in yourself.
Yeah.
Like no matter what, I'm not gonna quit. I'm not gonna give up. None of that. We're gonna keep pushing until we get where we want. Right.
Can't give up.
Yeah.
I think it's important that my answer's always a little bit.
Come on with it, Tanisha. I already know.
So like she said that, like it's your vision. You can't expect anyone else to see out of your own eyes. Even something she paints for me or I paint for her, it might not be as clear until you get there. So sometimes when you do that, it might be your brother, your sister, your daddy, your mama that you can't tell or won't understand. Because let's be honest, in our community especially, you go tell your mama, I'm gonna be a millionaire. There ain't no millionaires in my family. You better go find a job, go get a good job. So that could be discouraging. When you get something where you're doing something, and you have to understand when you get ready to do things like that, sometimes you have to isolate yourself until you can find your circle, because everyone in your current circle isn't well-rounded and they're not ready for what you're doing. So it's hard because you can be discouraged and not ever go after your dream because of who you surround yourself around. And they don't want to see you succeed, honestly, because they don't have the push to do it. And then sometimes you have to, like I said before on the last show, you can't take everyone through the door. And the people that are supposed to go through the door with you, when you get to the other side and do what you need to do, you can go back and get them or open the door for them.
There we
go. Everyone can't go through with you. So I just think it's really big that you understand that, everyone can't go. And honestly, you're going to get people that want you to come back to that old world. I want you to come back. Let's go hang out. Let's go do this. And you're going to see that once you let one person go, if you haven't dealt with that spirit, how you're supposed to, it's going to find you in another person.
Yes.
Over and over. So if you haven't learned from what God wants you to learn from, if you got a person that's always begging, they coming again. You got a person that's always trying to get you back to an old habit or that you used to do, and that's going to come again. It's going to keep coming until you have passed that test.
Different person, same spirit.
Right. And so there's a lot of things and sometimes you won't even go through another door until that test is passed.
That's right.
And so there needs to be a lot of things done when it comes to that. There needs to be people cleansing, and once you realize, first of all, we all know the people. We know the people that needs to be cleansed from our life.
Right.
Some of you, I'm saying this, some of y'all keep these people around to make you feel good because they ain't ish, right? You know how they feel about you. Oh, she be hating on me. And you laughing about it, but you know that they hating on you. But you think it's funny and you think it's cute to know that you got a little friend, supposed to be a friend, that's hating on you. And we keep them around, but that's really, you're no better than they are. You know what I mean? You're just as mischievous as they are because you're hurting the situation and honestly hurting them because jealousy is a hurt. There's a reason why they're doing that.
Yeah.
So, you are just as bad as they are. But we all know people that are around us, even if we have them around and we're honestly trying to help them, but they're not even receiving that,
Yeah.
they have to go. We know the people, and there's some family that gotta go.
Yeah.
That's because it's a difference between family and being related.
Right.
It's a
Right.
big
That
difference.
part.
You know what I mean? Like, I
A
built
big
my family.
difference.
I
Yeah.
built my family, and I will dismiss a cousin related out from my family because I built my family.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I don't think a lot of people understand that. They're like, oh, blood. Don't get me to talking about my blood. You know what I mean? So I just think that we understand who's important, who's in your circle, who means you well. And you know the people that make you feel good and
Right.
people that don't. And not the people that make you feel good for a moment that want to go out and take you to get a drink. Or go out and take you to start an old habit. Or go out to start doing promiscuous things or whatever else you used to do like old times. Those are not that's a temporary feel good.
Right.
Who's making you feel good in your soul? Who's praying with you? Who's there with you in your corner?
Right. That is
You
so
said
And that's the biggest thing. If you can pray with me,
Yeah.
not just pray. You tell me you're gonna pray for me, and I don't know what your prayer sound like.
Right.
Say
I don't know
that
what you
pray with
saying.
me. Let me see what you're doing.
The one morning she was having a bad day and I was having a good day. And so I'm sending her a prayer. And I swear the next day it was like it slipped. I was like, girl, I think I'm having the same day you had yesterday, but then she praying for me. So, just really having that, connection with people like that is definitely a plus. And I'm starting to think about what you said about like with your mama. My family was mad with me. When I said I wasn't doing nursing no more, I was starting my own business. Well, why would you do that? Nursing is good money. And I'm like, it might be good money, but it's not the type of money that I know God got for me. It's not going to get me where I want. It's not going to leave a legacy for my children and my children's children.
That's right.
And now they look at it, they're like, look at what she did. And I said, but y'all, all of y'all were mad, telling me I was stupid, I shouldn't have did it. And I'm like, now look. So just that drive and, just really understanding your purpose and know why God put you here and what he has for you to do, what your calling is very, very important.
It's powerful, and you said so much in that last 5 minutes. There's a lot of people out there too. So hello to everyone. We got Tanisha.
I know I saw the messages coming through, and Cass, you are right.
Yeah, Muhammad, Carlene, Cass. I saw your message, Cass. Yes, they have to understand your vision. Jean Johnson, all you guys, and if you have any questions for the ladies, go ahead and put them in the chat there so we can make sure that we get to your questions. But you said something about how these people, you keep these people around you because you feeling yourself now because you know that you got a little hater
and you feel good.
Something, yeah, and you don't understand that they don't care.
And that's the devil. That's the devil. Like you don't keep people around that don't like you.
Right, thinking they're gonna change.
I got haters. That's not a flex to have a hater.
Me, it ain't. I don't want a hater. I don't want none of that around me because I don't even like. She'll tell you I don't like confrontation. I don't like any of it.
And she'll be going through. So I'm like, well, I got it.
Right. I'm that one where I'm like, no, I don't know, just living in this world where I'm thinking, well, why would you do that? Why isn't everybody hard?
She told me something today about 3:30. And when she called me back and it was probably 4:45, I was like, I'm still hot. I'm hot. I said something like, how we gonna handle this? What we gonna do? Because I'm still waiting because after this we're going to dinner to discuss with some other partners about the situation. So I'm still ready. What are we about to do?
But I swear we balance each other out. We do.
And that's good. And you need that. You need that, especially in your business, your friendship, to balance out because everybody can't be on 10. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can't be, just like, oh, and see, Yolanda, she reminds me of myself. That's me like, well, why would they do that? And, I'm just about helping everybody. And I have a friend just like you, Tanisha, like, let me handle this. Let me call it. And I'm like, no, because I don't want them to be mad at me. She's my girl, bye. So,
it's just, a lot of people, like when you meet people and it's like, oh, I love you and I'm good with you until you do something wrong. And me, on the other hand, I'm like, I don't like you until you do something right. I'm just observing. So I'll just wait. I observe. It's just like a guard because I'm really protective of my peace. And not only her being my friend, but now my business partner. When it's business, you're not only stopping her family from eating, now you're stopping my family
My
from eating.
family. That's right.
And so this is something we're trying to build and continue to build. And there's other partners in other people's lives, and even us working with Mr. Booker. It's a whole, you know. I mean, honestly, this is a connection here. We're on your show, right? If someone affects us and we can't do something, now we're not back on the show. So this is other people. It's a whole domino effect.
Right. It's a lot of people. That's
a lot of people involved. Yeah. Someone just made a comment, said some people would try to hijack your dream. Yes, they will.
That's why it's very important that the power of the tongue is very important on what you speak and when you speak it. And sometimes you have to know when to be still about your dream and who you're speaking it to. You know, so that they're definitely right.
And that answers the question, because they say, how do you deal with people like that? You know,
I honestly pray on if I'm supposed to, when I'm supposed to speak. I literally do this. And I literally ask, like, in that moment, like, should I mention this right now? Should I mention this right now? And I do. I for sure do that to make sure that God wants me to, because you don't know who everybody. Somebody not gonna like this. Everybody ain't God's people, right? And I need to make sure that I'm speaking to the right person, you know, and that it's gonna mean me well.
Yeah. I listen to Dr. Darius Daniels a lot, and I was even telling. I said he said something so powerful in one of his YouTube things. It was "Don't miss the point." And like the first 10 minutes, I said, girl, I was at work ready to shout. Because he was like, you can only go as far as your team. And so he was talking about, you know, pretty much with your dream can only go as far as your team. So if you don't have a good team, your dream can't go as far as you want it to go. So it's like teamwork makes the dream work. Right. So I was telling her, I said, you know what? God got to remove some people, and he's bringing other people in. And he, you know, in that same YouTube video, he's talking about how he put gifts in people. So the people that are coming now that he's bringing, I'm just like
puzzle pieces.
Yeah, it's like it's connecting all the dots.
Yes.
And I'm like, right now we're putting in a lot of footwork. Yeah. Like we're networking, we're putting together a lot of stuff. So we're setting that foundation, just like if you were building a house. We're setting that foundation. So like I said, everything is gonna come at the same time, and that house is
because it's like the sweat and the tears and the time we're putting in. Yeah, it's just a lot. It's a lot. Yeah. And I see Cassie she said move in silence, and that's very, very true. Yeah, move in silence, but also remember that don't be too silent. You got to know when to speak, because I know a lot of people always talk about isolation, but we weren't meant to do any of this alone. Right. Yeah. So you just have to know, when to be silent and when to speak. And that's why I just, a lot of times I wait. Even when we met, I had to wait, on that.
Yeah. Right. And that's true, Marcus. A lot of people don't, a lot of people have a plan to get their goal. They don't have a plan to get their goal accomplished. That's the thing. Yeah, you have to have a plan. You have to have strategy. You can't just have something and no strategy to it, because it's just going to sit there. Right. Everything has to be planned. Write it down.
Look at this. I got this notebook. I was talking handwriting, but one of my staff members, my admin assistant, she gives us all books.
Sorry, Coco.
And she puts like for me, it has every business up here, and I am writing down stuff all the time. Like, so I go to each business and I'm writing down, okay, what I have to do, what I want to do, what needs to be done. So I tell people all the time, you have to write your vision down and make it plain. So you gotta have something to work off of. If you don't have nothing to work off of, what are you doing?
Right. Because you can't. First of all, you can't remember everything. I can't even remember what happened yesterday a lot of times.
Right. So, I can't even find my car when I come out of Walmart. So, I'm like, you have to write stuff down.
Yeah. You have to do that. And you guys, I know that you guys have been doing a lot of work working with Wayne Booker, all these connections and everything. And I think you said earlier that you have another call with your team in India. Can you talk about that a little bit, or we need to wait on that part?
No, it's fine. So today has been back-to-back meetings. I had to rush over here to Tanisha's house from a commercial outreach meeting. So after we do this, I gotta get ready. I have a team in India they're building a system. I'm a big systems person.
You
Because
you
I feel
are.
like I can't function if things are in place and things
Yeah.
don't, the structure ain't right. I can't function. So
Yeah.
we're building out this system that's gonna be like a training portal. And so the team that's in India, they've been working with me for some years now. So they've done a lot of work with me. So now they're getting everything straight for our training systems and everything put in place. So yeah, we're doing a Zoom call tonight at 9:30 so they can show me the demo with that. But we got to do what we got to do.
And you
Between
know
them
what?
and then
You
I have
guys
some
are
people
going
in the Philippines
international
too.
too. International. I'm talking about
Yes.
the commercial, the buildings. I could just feel it and see it because
Yes.
I think what you're doing now is just building the foundation for all of the other networks in the different countries. And when one country get it, the next one is going to want it, the next one, and the next one.
Yes.
And I'm just excited. I'm just excited. What's about to happen that I even know, you ladies. And again,
Yes.
guys, I see some of your chats and your comments. I know, aren't they fabulous? They're fabulous. Women in construction. I mean, trucking. We talking about commercial real estate, residential. They're trying to help you fix your credit. Just wait a minute. Let's go back for a second. But what about them CDLs? Y'all still working on that, right?
Yes.
We're talking about.
It's still in the making. I promise you it is. It is.
Wow.
We're gonna have to have them because you just never know when you're dealing with people. Period.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've seen it where they done left your truck on the side of the road. So
I just think it's important that if you running something, at least a little bit in every area. I remember when I first was going to design school, I could easily went and got a certificate to be a decorator. But if a lot of people don't understand, when you go to design school, you're learn where the HVAC is supposed to run. You're learn a little bit about electrical, plumbing, things like that. So now when people are doing things, I know if they're doing it the right way.
If they
Even me in construction, I know, where certain pieces of, our wood's supposed to go, and how large it's supposed to be, and how large, so there's things that, you got to know a little bit about what you have going on. It's down to your accounting, because we see even a lot of celebrities that they go broke because they was letting somebody else handle their money. So
Yeah.
I'm watching mine every day.
And see, and I can tell with you ladies, even though you look fabulous, I mean, ladies of class, you will get your hands dirty if you have to.
Yes.
Yes.
I need my nails done now because I'm
Yes.
building some furniture.
Yes.
That's the next venture is custom furniture first. So
We will go out there in the field in a minute. I was out there this week training a new site supervisor.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
I switched from hard hats to heels a lot throughout the week. So I literally have my hard hat on and out in the mud, and then I have my suit jacket in the back, and I'm like, I got
them out real quick.
go find a quick, man, wash it down, rinse it off.
Yeah. I love it. And it's so encouraging, I know, to the viewers out there that you're doing this, and just to let them know that they can do it too. We got a question that says, how do you deal with stereotypes? I'm sure some men have a hard time accepting women leaders.
I was telling her the commercial outreach that I went to before I came here. I mean, normally every event I go to, either the only woman or the only minority. And so, I mean, I'm looking at about 50 people, and they're looking at me, I guess, trying to figure out. And they're coming up to me. They're like, "Oh, well, who do you work for?"
What?
I'm like, "Oh, I own RHD property," and they're like, "What?" Yeah, it's for the most part, it's a shock to a lot of people. And then because I had a guy today, he asked me, he was like, "So you don't have a hair business or no?"
What?
Yeah, I was like, "No, I don't. I have a construction company, I own properties, and I have a trucking company and a few other things, and none of it is hair or any of that." Like, why would you just assume?
Assume, right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So by now, I'm used to it, but I love walking in the room.
Yeah.
And they're trying to figure out well, who's
Which
this
why
little
you there?
Millie?
Yeah.
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 I'm where I'm supposed to be. I'm ready to make a mark.
Right.
I'm worried. You're ready to hear a lot about RHD and RBG. Don't even worry about it. As soon as we walk in the room, you're gonna already know who we are. You won't even have to ask.
And
They
we
don't
do
have to
make
ask.
sure that when we walk in, we make sure we have an event with Mr. Booker, a ball coming up, a ball, um, uh, Christ Saves Hearts. I think I said that right. If I didn't, then I'm sorry, y'all. Um, but we have Christ Saves Hearts. We have an event coming up, and we were saying like about, oh, we're not dressed, like, are we gonna be dressed right? And we do make sure that when we walk in, it's statements that are made, because we understand what we look like, we understand who we are, but once you find out what we do, then it's like,
Right.
oh,
Right.
Right.
no, it's not a hair service, and no, it's not, all this pretty, and I don't do nails, and
Right.
nothing against what all those people do, but
Right.
no, we
Right.
get dirty.
And
Right.
but then as soon as you get to talking and they asking you questions, then they're looking like, wow.
Yeah, because you know what you're talking
Woman
about.
that know
Know what you're talking about.
Absolutely. And I don't play no games with none of these subcontractors or any of them out there in this field at all.
That's right. Knowledge is everything. That wisdom. So it's good. So I know you said you have an event coming up. When is the event going to take place? Did you say
talking
you
about the
have an
gala?
event? Yeah, the gala.
Yeah, we're going to a
Saturday.
gala with Mr. Booker on Saturday.
It's on Saturday. Okay. All right. On Saturday. Oh my God. So tell the viewers, we have the information running at the bottom of the screen, ladies. You have been absolutely amazing as always. How can they reach you if they want to get in touch with you, if they have any questions, or how can they, contact you guys?
Definitely Facebook or Instagram.
Follow on Instagram.
Yeah.
Follow us.
I would on Instagram. Don't send me a message because I'm not gonna see it because it's too many up there. Like it's thousands, so I'm not gonna see it there. But if they want to,
it's not about business, so that's why we don't.
Yeah, I don't look at it.
It's a lot of messages that come through that they're not talking about no business.
Yeah. So if you want to, definitely Facebook, Messenger, or the website. If they want to just kind of reach out to, you can do a contact us, and we can get in contact.
Wow. They are loving the information. Rosa, Tika, McMillan, Marby Skidmore, thank you so much. I'm sure they're going to be reaching out to you just to get more information and everything. I know you ladies have so much you have to do, even, for the remainder of the evening. But if there's one thing that you would want to leave with our viewers today, what would it be?
I don't know what this
that thing that you keep putting off, and you know what it is, the thing that you keep putting off, the thing that you said you were going to do, the thing you used to dream about as a child, the thing that you keep getting the ideal about, and the thing that your mama told you that you couldn't do. Do it.
Tanisha be hitting right on the head. Sometimes I think she be talking crazy to me. That thing you be talking about, you gonna do?
Whatever it is.
I would just have to piggyback on what she said. Yeah, just do it. Make it happen. Surprise yourself.
Surprise yourself.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with trying anything. If you fail, just get back up and keep going.
And I'll leave you with this because this might help a lot of people. Procrastination is a form of lying. So you're lying to yourself.
Wow.
You're lying to yourself about you gonna do it or when you're gonna do it. So if you're okay with being a liar, then keep sitting there.
Wow. That's deep right there. I can't even comment after that part. Like,
I like that.
Someone said, don't let the dream stealers make your dreams. Oh, wow. That's well, yeah, because some people, listen, let me tell you something. You come up with an idea, you doing something, and they know that you're doing it. Here they come trying to take credit for it. They trying to say they had a part of it. They're like, wait a minute, they're not just
listen. That is a big thing. That's a problem that I have with some of my companies.
Yeah.
And they feel like, some people feel like, oh, well, because I helped you, but you got paid. You were supposed to be doing your job. you saying that you built it.
And help minimum.
Right. But I'm like, I didn't see you bring not near finance to the table. I didn't see you up all night putting together these businesses the way that I was. So, but that's something that people deal with within themselves too, because they need validation for something.
Right.
So no,
right.
you're coming in, you're doing your job. That's what you're doing. That's what you're getting paid. So yeah,
Exactly.
that's a big thing. A lot of people they need that whole need to feel like they did something or they
They
accomplished
did something.
And those are
Right.
normally the people that don't do anything.
right.
They don't do anything, but they want to.
They want credit for it. Right.
They want credit for it.
Yeah.
Because they
Stop.
lying to themselves.
Right.
Just stop. Get your own ideas. Get your own thing. Don't try to,
Yep.
Yeah, that's a whole nother conversation or whatever. But
Yes.
Yeah.
Lord
ladies,
knows.
so do not procrastinate. Get up. Oh, that was the other saying. You was like, get up.
Get up.
Get up.
Right.
Get up.
Get up. You gotta
Get
move
up.
first.
Yes.
It can
Oh
happen.
my God. Ladies, this have been wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. The viewers out there love you. I'm sure they're going to be reaching out to you, connecting with you as well. And we're just so excited here. We really are excited what you're doing for the community. And when I say community, I'm not talking about just African American. I'm talking about the community, just people in general. Just to give us an insight of what we can do, what we can be. All we have to do is put our mind to it. So thank you again. Thank you to Wayne Booker.
Thank you for having us on.
Yeah. He plays a big role, and he's really for helping people out and just
Yes.
helping them grow and to reach
Very
their goals.
inspirational. He does
Very
just
inspirational.
listen to little time we've known him. He's done a lot for us.
Yeah.
He's sending us inspiration messages every
day.
morning. He makes sure he try to help us start our day off, with some type of inspiration, positive message.
Yeah.
Yes, and that's the kind of people that you need in your life. You don't need nobody inboxing you or DM you tomorrow. What we gonna eat today? Or
right.
We go, other stuff. Come on, it's about business. Let's
right.
do this.
And some of those people, we ain't going to eat with them. We're going to get them up from the table anyway.
Right.
They don't need
right. So again, thank you, Yolanda and Tanisha. I thank you so much. I mean, I love you girls, what you bring to the table, what you're doing. And again, whatever we can do here on the show to help and promote, we are here for you. So I know we're going to be talking about a part 3 very soon, because you guys want to let me, especially when you come back and tell us about the different schools that you have and the different programs that you have, in the U.S. and international, part of, to build their credit and to manage their home. So thank you.
Thank you.
God bless you, ladies. And until we meet again, I say we got a lot of love for you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, that was Tanisha and Yolanda Robertson, Tanisha Rollins and Yolanda Robertson. As I said earlier, they are amazing women in constructions. Yeah, they're pretty, classy, elegant, but they like to get their hands dirty. She said, I go from the hat to the heels. I love that. So make sure that you reach out to them. If you have any other questions or you want to learn more about what they're doing in their companies, make sure you reach out to them. So, thank you, ladies, for coming. Again, thank you, Wayne. As I said earlier in the show, we had so much going on this week. Another shout out to Terrellyn Harris for winning the Apollo. Also to Team Terrellyn. To my church family, Mitchell's Grove Baptist Church, thank you so much. I love you guys. Thank you for supporting me, because I'm supporting Terrellyn. You guys, just loved on me, loving on Terrellyn, and just, sending me off to New York. I really appreciate you. Pastor Melvin Jackson, First Lady Jackson, and the Mitchell's Grove family. Shout out to ASAL Community Church, Pastor Rodney Johnson, Mark Lee, Dr. Kelly, Nick, Kim Calhoun, all you guys on the IBM TV network, my sister Kim, everyone that has watched tonight. Team Terrelyn, if you out there in the chat, make sure you give us a high five. Let us know that you were watching. Give us a hand clap, a smiley face, or a wave, or whatever you want to do. And let's continue to pray for her, because she's going to be going back on July. Hey, Terrelyn! She's going to be going back on, I think, July the 12th, sometime in July. So we want to send her back too. And I'm so proud of her. So proud of her, because she's 16 years old. I mean, she can be doing anything in the world, but she is singing, serving. Shout out to her pastor, Pastor Sharon McMillan, and her husband and family. They flew up to New York this weekend as well. So that's what I'm talking about. Just a team and your church family supporting you. Rosalind, I love you. Terrelyn's mom, she is like everything, okay? She really supports her baby girl, know how to handle her business. She put all of this together about the trip going up to New York, and I really appreciate her and what she's doing for Terrelyn. So God bless you, everyone. We're going to leave you tonight with a video. We have an artist that Mario Steele is represented. I think he's in the video as well. I think her name is Talitha Petaway. She has a new song that's out. I want you to check it out. We're going to leave you with that tonight. As I say every week, trust in the Lord with all thine heart. Lean not to thy own understanding, but in all thy ways acknowledge him, and he will direct your paths. God bless you tonight. We'll see you same time, same place next week. Be safe.
Therefore, God has exalted him to the highest place and given him the name that's above every name, that at the name of Jesus, every knee will bow and every tongue confess that Jesus Christ is Lord. God has given you authority over